Everyone experiences failure. It all started with Adam and has never stopped since. But how is a Christian to handle failure? In this short episode, we give a few insights that might help. First, don't stay with your failure. Every failure can be overcome. Even Peter's denial of Jesus Christ was not enough to stop God from using Peter as the rock on which to build his church. See Matthew 16, verse 18. Second, confess the sin and ask for forgiveness. Rarely do we relate work failures to our sin, but it is the root cause of every failure, isn't it? So confess your sin and forgive that of others to clean the slate at your workplace. See Proverbs 16 verse 18 and 2 Chronicles 15 verse 7 to learn more. Third, develop your character, not your career. Just like God had plans for Peter, He has a plan for the talents He has given you, and no failure or fear can get in the way of that plan, unless you allow it. Check 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. Fourth, stay humble and accept your weaknesses. The world says to be all that you can be on your own strength, but God calls us to remain humble, and He can work most effectively in us when we turn our weaknesses over to Him. Check out Philippians 2, 3-4. Lastly, be happy. Don't worry. You were placed on earth to glorify God and help work out His purposes, not yours. Likewise, God is in control, not you, and He will certainly care for you in all circumstances. With this perspective, 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 15 and Matthew 6 verses 25 to 27 make sense. In closing, think about this. What would happen if you stopped coming to work tomorrow? Unless the company is very small, others would take over your responsibilities and everything would just continue as before, wouldn't it? Can you now see that your work is actually not even about you and what you do? Instead, the Bible says it's all about how we live our lives, how we glorify God, and how we should be willing to be His hands and feet to help build His kingdom, not ours. Check 1 Corinthians 10, verse 31. In this context, failures have no grip on your outlook or performance. Can you adopt this perspective for your work?